The gentleman recognizes the gentleman from Butler County, Mr. Ellis.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, we've heard a lot of different arguments from a lot of different angles tonight, and I want to offer one additional angle. Having served the last 2.5 years on the Stimulus Oversight Commission representing our caucus, one of the things that strikes me as amazing is how many times we told them over and over and over again. Many members of my caucus urged everybody that was in any shape or capacity going to be receiving stimulus dollars to make sure you spend them on one-time projects. Don't invest in unsustainable spending. And a colleague of mine from Allegheny County pointed out a couple letters earlier today that we encourage the school districts to do that, to be responsible. This money was going away. And guess what, Mr. Speaker? We all know it went away. From day one, this was temporary. And if we wouldn't have spent that money in a foolish fashion, we wouldn't be in the situation we are today. Mr. Speaker, the stimulus funds have just about run out. Programs like weatherization, infrastructure, those funds will expire in the near future. The school money is already expired, Mr. Speaker. And I'll reiterate this so that we're very clear. If the stimulus recipients had spent the funding as intended, additional funding this year would not be necessary. In fact, Mr. Speaker, if we would have done what 48 other states did, 48 other states took advantage of the opportunity. They didn't want to, but they became fiscally responsible 2 years and made the cuts that we're looking at today. 48 other states. Perhaps it was because the previous administration knew they'd be gone when this money ran out, Mr. Speaker. But the fact is, it is gone. Now, I heard a colleague on the other side mention that this budget is actually going to cost Pennsylvania jobs. I disagree. But if you take the amount of spending that we have this year, less than last year, Mr. Speaker, it works out to about $10,000 less. Now, what my colleague on the other side was saying, that if we cut government spending $10,000, we're going to lose a job. So every $10,000 we cut, we lose a job. Yet, the stimulus dollars that we had were $15.3 billion to create only 85,000 jobs. Now, I'm happy we created the 85,000 jobs, Mr. Speaker, but that works out to investing $180,000 per person to create a job, and yet now we're cutting $10,000 and we're going to lose a job. The math just doesn't add up, Mr. Speaker. And I ask, how can that math make sense to anyone? But it doesn't. This budget, Mr. Speaker, is fiscally responsible. It's pro-jobs above everything else, and it's pro-growth for Pennsylvania. We tried the experiment of government getting involved with creating jobs, and that doesn't work because government does not create jobs. The private sector, they're the ones that invested in our Pennsylvania families. They're the ones that create the jobs. This budget gives them an opportunity to get back in business, keep their business here, grow their business here, and stay here for years to come. Mr. Speaker, this is a fantastic opportunity for Pennsylvania to say, guess what? We're open for business. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker.